Music mogul and business impresario Sean Puffy P. Diddy Combs, I think that's his name this week, wants to buy the Carolina Panthers, and your gift with purchase is going to be Colin Kaepernick. Yay. Now, just a few weeks ago, Diddy tweeted that he wanted to buy the NFL. And we all know that's pretty audacious, even for Puff Daddy. Right? I mean, to buy the whole NFL is kind of crazy.
Even for him.
Yeah, crazy dude. But as of late, the Carolina Panthers have announced that they're possibly going to be selling off the franchise to a new owner. So when that happened, Diddy jumped on the bandwagon with the tweet saying, "I want to buy the Panthers, let's make this happen." He also engaged his 13.9 million followers to tweet, spread the word, which 40,000 of those followers actually did. So what's really cool is that Colin Kaepernick, who has been a free agent since March of 2017, meaning he's not signed to any team at the moment, hasn't played, is also wanting in on the action.
Yeah.
I think it's phenomenal. Daron Dean in studio with me this morning. When you heard this, first of all, when I heard this, I was like, yes, Diddy would be the perfect person to buy the Carolina Panthers.
One, I wasn't surprised because I feel like he has his hand in sort of every little thing nowadays, which is great because he is such a great businessman. What was really awesome, I thought, was that, he was like, okay, and then we're gonna get Colin Kaepernick to play, and then Kaepernick was like, no, I want in on ownership. Right. Which I think is really, really incredible, and I think it's really strong and powerful, and I think it speaks to the fact that when you can mobilize and when you can get people who believe in the same thing as you, powerful things can happen. Right. And
great point.
Yeah, and I think that there's a lot of controversy surrounding how Kaepernick decided to protest. I personally wasn't offended by it, and I didn't think it was wrong. I thought it was peaceful, and that's exactly the way that you should do something when you don't like how things are happening in your country. And he's done a lot of good. I mean, I've heard of a few cases now where the policeman who shot an unarmed African-American person actually was sentenced. Now I know there's a lot where they haven't been sentenced, but it's a step in the right direction. So I think just moving forward with that positivity, he can only do good in a position of power regarding the NFL.
Well, yeah, I echo your sentiments as well, Daron. The thing about Diddy that really, okay, Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. What better message to send? It's like, fine, you don't want me to play the game. Let me take ownership.
That's fine.
Let me do that. Fine. Like, I'll do one better.
Own the team.
Exactly.
Whatever.
And also to partner with Sean Combs, Sean Puff Daddy Puffy P. Diddy Combs. Let's just get all the names out there because he's been all those people in the last 20 years. I think he is the perfect person for the job because, like you said, he is such a savvy businessman. This is someone who has, not only as a music mogul, let's talk about Bad Boy Records, through the 90s, hundreds of millions of albums sold. Legendary artists. Then his own endeavors with Sean John, Ciroc, Revolt, the cable network, Revolt Television. This is someone who definitely knows how to successfully handle a business. And I think that music and sports are synonymous. Like Drake says, they want to be us, we want to be them. I think that marriage is sexy, but it just makes sense. Well, let's talk about why the Panthers are possibly on the selling block. Is because the owner currently, whose name is Jerry Richardson, is embroiled in his own misconduct allegations and scandal right now. So he's saying, hey, listen, it's time to turn the franchise over to new ownership and find a better way to grow the franchise, which I'm all for. Listen, if you want to step away from something that you possibly are damaging, do it.
And sorry, another interesting point to bring up that totally goes along with that is that the NFL is majority black players.
Absolutely.
So why not throw an African-American person in the mix to own a team that is majority black players? I think in the article, Diddy says that there's over 70% of the NFL is African-American players. And I think, I don't know if you remember, but I forget who the actual guy was. I don't know if it was the commissioner or an owner of a team that said, we can't let the inmates run the jail, and it obviously struck a chord with a lot of players because it is a majority black, sports franchise. And so I think, I think African-American players would respond to this really, really well. And I think, again, it just shows that, when you mobilize and you really want to do something, you can affect change in a positive way.
Absolutely, Daron, I agree. Diddy's tweet was, there are no majority African-American NFL owners, let's make history. And then he goes on to say in an Instagram video, because Diddy's all over social media. And that's one of the things I like about him, is that he's not too cool for school. cool. This is someone who really connects with his audience and galvanizes his audience.
Yeah.
He said in his Instagram video, I need to send a message out to everybody in the beautiful state of North Carolina. I will be the best NFL owner that you can imagine. I will immediately address the Colin Kaepernick situation and put him in the running for next year's starting quarterback. And Diddy also added, it's just competition, baby. It's just competition. So he's just saying, you know, it's for all fun and games because Cam Newton is also still playing for the Panthers.
I know.
So it's kind of like, what about Cam?
And people, and the Panthers fans obviously love Cam Newton. And I actually was reading, you know, a little tweet before this that, you know, the fans aren't too happy that, you know, Kaepernick could replace Cam Newton. But, you know, as Diddy said, it's just competition. And, you know, obviously Kaepernick wants to be part of the ownership level. So, you know, I don't think he would want to be competing with Cam Newton for that.
Well, the Panthers organization is valued at $2.3 billion. Now, Diddy's annual, Forbes reported his annual earnings, I guess, were $820 million, or his estimated net worth, I'm sorry, is $820 million. So he's gonna need some support from people that could possibly make this come to fruition. Steph Curry chimed in and said, yes, I'm on board. You have I
mean, Jay-Z already partially owns the Nets, right?
Yes.
So I feel like he would be a person, you know, a contender for possibly chipping in, and you know, somebody that would want to help as well.
Well, you need power players to also to persuade the powers that be that, hey, this is a good idea. You have former NFL player Maurice Jones-Drew, Greg Jennings, and Sean Merriman, who were also saying, hey, I'm on board with this. And this isn't the first time that someone who is not affiliated with sports wants to be a part of the revolution, if you will, the sports revolution. You have Mark Cuban, who owns a majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks, and he's a successful businessman. So I think it will be great. I think the branding, Diddy has such a way about doing business. And you know, there was a flair about Diddy back in the 90s that was so attractive to me because this was someone who was so over the top, but yet so smart. And if you really do your homework on Sean Combs and think about his time at Uptown Records, and then how he discovered Biggie and how he created Bad Boy and how Bad Boy became this juggernaut in the music industry, it's all because this guy had this mind.
Yeah.
He knew.
He's smart.
He's very smart.
Really smart.
And really isn't afraid to take risks. And as you said, taking risk is a big thing, big thing. Fortune smiles on the bold. There you have it. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe. I cannot wait to see this happen.
I know, me too.
It's gonna be great. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.